Yeah, that's what it's sounding like. But Clint's doing this. We needed a home, and so I started looking around, and we looked at the upper story of the old Opera House. We looked at the old Gillis Theater. We looked at the old post office, this building, and we tried to come up with something that we could handle financially and so on, an iconic building. And so we began to pursue this one. And knowing the size of Wahpeton and hopefully we had long-term success, was to say, let's try and raise our own dollars.
So all the facilities that had been looked at had a lot of historic importance to Wahpeton, and this one really captured what architecture was at the turn of the century.
Yes.
This one and probably the Opera House, wouldn't you say?
Yes, and this one this was a bank, so it was fireproof. The walls are masonry, the roof was concrete, the floors were concrete. So even though it was in disrepair, it was structurally sound.
Certainly one of the encouraging parts of this building project also was support from lots of different sources. And at the time, Lake Region Arts Council, headquartered out of Fergus Falls, took an interest and helped sponsor some projects right away.
Roger, you do have to tell us about the chandelier, though.
The real story was there was the Citizens Bank across the street, and Jaworski's bought that building. And it was a 50-foot wide building and wide open, and that chandelier was right smack in the middle. And one of the things that they wanted to do was divide that building into two separate offices. So they were going to build a wall right straight down the middle. So I knew that was there, and I contacted him. I said, what are you going to do with the chandelier? I don't know. Why, you want it? And I said, well, we're a nonprofit. You could probably donate it to us so we could get you a tax write-off. So we went out on the internet to find something that was Art Deco from 1920. That's when it was built. And we found some stuff that was close enough that we could legitimize the donation that they made for it. So that's how we got it. We saved it from another bank to go into this bank.
And it truly is a twin town.
Yeah.
Red Door Art Gallery, and,
Yeah.
and actually, you know, the area, Richland and Wilkin counties, and
Yeah. In the case, there's many cases where the river almost becomes a fence, but not with the arts.
so why the Red Door?
Oh, well, when we were talking to people then about where this was, and they said, well, where is it? We said, well, it's right on Main Street. It's a building with the two big pillars out in front. Well, where's that? I says, right on the north side of Main Street in the 400 block. I've never seen that building. Well, what had happened, it had been closed for so long that people would see it so often, they'd just kind of ignore it. So the front door, it's a very odd size. And to have a new one built was a little over $2,000. It wasn't a door we could just go and buy a stock size. So one of our craftsmen we always call on was Lonnie Halverson. And so I said, Lonnie, can we fix this door? And he looked at it, and of course in his way, well, it's going to be a lot of work. I don't know if we can do that. So he bought, bring it down, I'll try. And so he cut the rotten parts off and laminated new stuff on, and stripped all the old paint off of it. And so we were having coffee one day, and he said, you know, I'm sick and tired of people not knowing where this building is. They just don't look. So I said, we'll end up painting it a different color, but we gotta put the primer on and paint it. Let's paint it the brightest red we can find. Maybe they'll see that. So. Oh, one of the things I really like to see is the high school art. Just that's part of our mission. You know, where are the new artists going to come from? And a lot of times, a little bit of encouragement and seeing their stuff up on the wall, they just gives them the enthusiasm to work harder and to say, I guess I can do this. So, art's everywhere.
I think our directors have always done a really nice job of our local culture and celebrating that, whether it's Native American art, rural art, wildlife art. I mean, it's like you said, art is everywhere, but you know, to see what it's resulted in is pretty incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't you feel it's made a real positive impact on Main Street, downtown Wahpeton, and created people traffic and done lots of great things?
I think it's brought an awareness to it in this area, you know.
Well, it's a destination, and it will bring new people in.
We haven't made a ton of money by operating the gallery, but we've kept things open. We've provided lots and lots of functions, lots of stuff for people to do and an awareness. So I think that's one of the places that this gallery can take a lot of pride in.
Yeah. It's the city's visitor center, so we welcome visitors to town, and tourism is huge economic development.
Yeah.
So
and see, that we never envisioned would happen. That grew out of conversations and participation and stuff. So it's still growing.
So it's kind of like Led Zeppelin, just dream until your dreams come true.
Yeah.